Hey guys, it's your girl Mel coming to you real quick. Happy Tuesday evening. I hope you guys had an awesome day. I'm coming to you guys real quick for a few reasons. One, I want to welcome you guys to my new channel, my YouTube channel. I am very new at this, so please bear with me. All my videos and all that stuff is not going to be, popping with the edits and all that. I'm still learning, but I was really strongly encouraged just internally to get started. Sometimes anything in life, sometimes we feel like when things are not perfect, we don't ever want to get started, and so we don't start. And sometimes it's just about getting started, and you learn along the way. And to be honest with you, I'm very much so used to that way of living because that's what I've done with a lot of things in my life. It's like sometimes you just jump in head first and you learn along the way. So it is not foreign to me. So bear with me. If you're willing to stick around, get to know me a little bit better, the edits, the video quality, all of that, I promise will eventually get better. But in the meantime, we're going to work with what we got, and we're going to make this thing work. In the meantime, after that, now that I've welcomed you, and you should know what this channel is going to be about. I put all of that in the description. So you're going to be getting to know me on so many different levels. And I really believe that I have a perspective that is unique. And I know I'm not the only one, but I do believe that it's something that needs to be shared, and it needs to be shared from my point of view. And hopefully it'll bless somebody in the meantime, right? So that being said, we're going to move on to the next two topics. So this is kind of like a dual video. One of the topics I want to talk about is eating organically and being mindful about what you eat. And then the second topic, now I got to remember. Oh, and it was something I wanted to just kind of give you guys towards the end and just a bit of encouragement. But before we get into that, I just want to share this. So I had a conversation with someone very briefly, and they randomly said, I don't know how we got on the topic, but they randomly said that they don't believe that there's a difference between organic and genetically modified foods. This is not the first time I've heard people say that. So, oh, by the way, please forgive my hat and my pullback curl ponytail. You take a shower, and for us natural girls, you let that bad boy dry any old kind of way. And I decided to do this video, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do something with this. So that's why I got this hat on. So excuse me. But back to the topic, right? So they said that they didn't believe there was much of a difference, and I can guarantee you right now, 110%, because of my own experience, I can tell you that there is a difference. So I'm gonna give you a quick little story, and I'm gonna try to make it as fast as possible. Bottom line is, in my life specifically, I learned about eating organically after I had my first child. I was 21 years old, turning 22. I had her literally three weeks before I turned 22. Healthy pregnancy, healthy delivery, healthy baby, no issues, nothing crazy, literally nothing. My pregnancy and delivery was like textbook. It was amazing on how well everything went. So yeah, great. My body for real says yes to pregnancy. So I got to thank my mama for that. So it was good. After having my daughter, though, I want to say about 3 to 5 months after I had her is when my body started to kind of struggle. And I had stopped taking my prenatal vitamins. I had stopped certain things that I was doing while I was pregnant because I wanted to make sure that I stayed healthy and strong while I was pregnant. But then I forgot that, especially if I'm going to be breastfeeding, I need to continue that. And I didn't. So moving forward, about 5 months in, I started realizing that my body was literally like kind of little by little just breaking down. My skin started to turn gray. I mean, for real, legit, the color of gray. I started to get eczema patches everywhere, which I had never had in my life, never had an issue with my skin. My hair literally started to fall out in clumps. I mean, like, I was balding, and I thought, I must have some kind of disease. What the heck is going on? I decided to go to the doctor, of course. Went to the traditional doctors, and they just continued to give me some type of Band-Aid or some type of medication, usually some type of antibiotic or something that dampened my immune system. So it didn't allow for my body to fight the way our bodies are created to do. And every time I took a medication, it was like, oh, stay on that for 10 days. Oh, stay on that for another 10 days. Oh, stay on this for another 10 days. So it was always something different because they couldn't quite pinpoint what was going on. So that being said, fast forward to my daughter now being about 13 months, and I'm still dealing with this issue. And I mean, it's now, like I said, she was about 5 months, so another 7 months of me struggling, another 7 to 8 months of me kind of going back and forth to the doctor, struggling. This didn't work, that didn't work, and not understanding the importance of organic foods. At the time, I didn't really know much about it. So my last doctor's appointment with the traditional doctors was an appointment with a doctor who did not do any testing. She looked at me and she said, you know what, I know what it is. I'm going to have to give you, I'm going to prescribe a medication that you're going to be on for the rest of your life. And I was just like, no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I haven't done anything crazy. And mind you, just to kind of let you in on my personal life, at that time, I wasn't doing nothing. It was just me and my baby. Nobody was invited into my life. Nobody was in my life like that. So I knew that I was safe. And I had also taken care of, you know, proper testing and all those things. So I was like, okay, well, I can ixnay these things out. So I did. But she just was like, you're going to take medication for the rest of your life, not knowing what I may or may not have, not knowing what I could be coming down with, or not knowing why my body is deteriorating. Just take this medication and take it for the rest of your life. Of course, that did not sit well with me. I'm a very intuitive person, so I listened to my intuition and it just did not sit well. By the end of that day, I had gone home and I'm just looking at this bottle like, I'm not taking this. Like, this does not feel right. I'm not taking it. I just so happened to be on the phone with my mother. I was like, Ma, this is what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know what these challenges are. And boom, boom, boom. We finished the conversation. She lets me know, you need to call this naturopathic doctor and see what she has to say. I'm so glad that I did, because in that same day I spoke to her. She said, throw them out, like immediately. And I was like, okay. So I threw them out. She says, did you take any of them? I said, no. She said, oh, thank God. She was relieved. She said, do you know that if you would have started taking that medication would have caused certain mutations in your body to take place and you would have ended up getting other diseases? Now, we all know about, you know, adverse effects of medication. But a lot of times doctors don't properly inform their patients and tell them what could happen if they take certain things. So I'm thankful that I dodged that bullet. I made an appointment with her, sat down about a week later after speaking with her over the phone, and from that day forward, she gave me some simple things to do, and I was so glad that I did it, because once I did it, when I say it was like night and day, within 7 days, my body turned around. Mind you, I was dealing with the issue for 7 to 8 months. Within 7 days after meeting with this naturopathic doctor, everything started to shift. My body started to shift. The color of my skin came back. The patches on my skin started to go away almost completely by the end of the seventh day. I was dealing with major fatigue. That was gone, completely gone. So many other symptoms. And so one of the biggest things that I did was I switched over to eating organically. Now, at the time, she told me not to eat yeast or sugar. That was a little bit difficult because you don't realize how much yeast and sugar is almost in everything, but I made do and I figured it out. In me figuring that out, my body healed itself and my body came back to normal. Everything was what it needed to be. If not, actually, I was better. I was better after I followed in what she had given me to do. So I want to say to you guys that who believe that organic and genetically modified foods are not real or there's no difference, there is definitely a difference. I've met people who have been on 3 to 4 different medications for diabetes and arthritis and everything else, and the moment they switched their diet over to just eating organically, that changed for them in making them now not having to take medication anymore, just because they switched over to organic. Not even because they decided not to eat sugar or yeast. It was just like, I'm gonna just switch over to a better quality of food. So I say all of that to tell you guys, one of the things that you will learn from my channel is I will be sharing with you how to eat healthy and mindfully on a budget. I am a family of 4. I have 3 children now. It is me and my 3 children, and I have to be mindful as to what they're eating. My son is, one of my children, my son, he has eczema. He had extreme eczema, and every now and again we still have those bouts where we go back and forth. And I had to learn what foods worked for him and what foods didn't. And so I'm telling you guys, it makes a huge difference. You are eliminating tons of pesticides. You are eliminating antibiotics. You are eliminating like things being overly processed. When you choose to eat a certain quality of food, you do see the difference. So I just wanted to share that with you. We will touch on that topic if you want more. If you'd like, please ask questions, post them in the comments below. Please let me know, because I will respond and I will let you know my thoughts, and I will also give you more information based on my journey. I couldn't share the whole story because this would be a 30-minute video. That being said, my last point that I wanted to bring to you guys is understanding that we need to be mindful as to what we say and what we speak. For those of us who believe in the Word of God, we believe that according to the Bible, it says life and death are in the power of the tongue. In that, we believe, and even the world has adapted to that, where they have understood that what you're speaking, what you're saying about yourself, what you're saying about your life, what you're saying about your children, what you're saying about your family, what you're saying about your relationships, all of this makes a huge difference, and you are literally speaking those things into existence. So my job is to encourage you to mind your words, speak life and not death. I love you guys. I look forward to doing so many more videos. I will be posting this very soon. And yeah, like I said, please ask me as many questions as you like. I will definitely be responding. Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.